Well, hello all. It is Easter, the Thursday before Easter, Maundy Thursday. And I'm trying out the cinematic option on my camera. It's annoying though, because behind me you can't see, because they're all blurry, the flowers that I'm going to do today. It's Maundy Thursday, Easter weekend coming up. I've got loads of flowers to do, so I thought you might like to come along for the ride, and I'll show you how a studio florist with lots of different commissions for Easter weekend would work for Easter Thursday. Of course, Good Friday is a bank holiday, so I've got to get everything done today, not because I'm not working tomorrow, although possibly I shouldn't be, although secretly I have every intention of getting a bit of gardening done tomorrow. May take you out there and show you that. But my clients all have their guests arriving tonight, and so they need their flowers today. So weekend flowers on a Thursday. Let's go. And a special welcome if you're new to the channel. Please do subscribe, press the bell icon, and we'll tell you when we've got more clips coming up. And if any of the tips and tricks I give you along the way are useful, you can always either buy me a coffee, for which I'm always very grateful, or better still, join my club. The links to both are in the blurb to all my clips. Right, let's get going. So what I do when I've got plenty of floristry to do is I put the vases out so that I know what I've got to do, and then I just have to fill them. And I usually start with the big ones on the left and work down to the mixed bucket on the right. So I've got to get all this done, and it is 1:05, and I really should be done by 3. And here's the material I've cut, mostly 50s, a few little details like the dead nettle, which cuts really beautifully, by the way, if you have dead nettle growing in your garden, and it grows in the vase for a week. I did it for the Chelsea Flower Show for a meadow scheme in the windows of Peter Jones with a project I did with the garden designer Joe Thompson years ago. And I was astonished that the dead nettle was really looking good at the end of the week. Anyway, that's what I'm using. Lots of different kinds of narcissi, several different kinds of tulips. What's interesting in this mix, camassia. And you can just see it's beginning to blue up. So just beginning to go in there. This is the lovely Physocarpus darts gold. Then I've got, this is Lonicera fragrantissima, absolutely fantastic foliage in April. And at the back there, here's a classic thing that's interesting if you're a grower of flowers and foliage, and it's something that other people may not have. This is elm. And just look at the lovely sort of folded shape of the leaves. I absolutely love it. It's very unusual because obviously people think that all the elm was killed off during Dutch elm disease, but actually it really flourishes in our hedgerows until it gets to about 20, 30 foot, and then the beetle gets it and they die back. But as a hedgerow plant, they're doing extremely well, so we keep them short. Yeah, so this is my first full cut of the year from the flower fields here at Common Farm, and we're the 6th or 7th of April, I can't remember, with Maundy Thursday 2023. So we're about a week in, so relatively slim pickings, but lovely quality, and let's get floristing. So greened up first, very, very light with the greenery. There are 3 stems of each variety of greenery, and the idea is that it looks quite woodlandish. And this is what the greenery looks like right now. I don't want any heavy, I don't want any weight. I just want it light as a feather. All of the stems have been re-snipped. I cut them yesterday, so I've snipped them again up the middle of each stem just to help with the keep the drinking cells open. And on we go. It's always quite fun at this time of the year. The tulips look amazing. They're very, very solid. Field-grown tulips are quite different from hothouse grown, and field-grown tulips are quite different from hydroponically grown. And so once the field-grown tulips start, as they have, I don't know about me. I just go, oh, thanks very much for supplying me with your lovely hothouse tulips all the winter. And I turn like this and I say, I'll have these, thank you. And we dig them up, but I'm taking the bulbs off because I don't want the bulbs will make the water muddy. So it's quite fashion to have them, but equally, if I'm making an arrangement like this, it won't work to have. You can't see what I'm doing. If I move you around, oh, can you see? I don't know. Move you up. Move that up. Oh yeah, here we are. So with clean stems, I want to keep that light feeling. So I'm just popping them in, and I'm making a bit of a crisscross of stems. So every time I add a stem from now on, they support, each stem supports the other stems, hello, and so you end up building up a really nice shape without tying anything. It's a vase arrangement. And the idea is to keep it looking light. Right, 3 larger arrangements. I love the colours. I love the blush tulips and the narcissi. You think pale pink tulips and orange narcissi middles, but this is living proof that actually, if you're using material that all flowers at the same time from the same garden, you can really clash and it works. Well, they're very sweet as a house full of flowers for Easter go. If I were the client, I would just have them on the sideboard like that and sit and worship them and read my book all weekend. But I suspect they will be split and popped around the house to grow on, which is lovely too. Right, there they are, boxed up for delivery. Then there's a mixed bucket for collection. A bright bunch for number 1 Bruton. Then a very sweet trio of posies for collection. Oh, I love them. Look at that lovely Talia bubbling away in the breeze. Oh, just talk about spring. And these gorgeous narcissi with the white narcissi with their bright orange middle. It's Easter. They look like eggs. And only a minute past 3 o'clock. Right, here's something made with the leftovers for Granny, and it's a final tip. If you're still watching, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have little amounts of narcissi left, and they would look kind of, a good way to display them is to bunch them in bunches in your arrangements, so that, sorry, putting my hand in the way, because then they kind of grow together in the arrangement and it's charming. So look, little bunch of Talia there, little bunch of these gorgeous double narcissi, which I've had for so many years, I have no idea what they're called. And aren't they gorgeous? They're green, they look bright yellow when they're in the field, and then you cut them. And as the outer petals come out, you see that they're this sort of gorgeous creamy white with a flash of green and lemon in them. I mean, they're just delicious. They're just good double daffs. And then these hilarious knocks here with their bright orange middles, which I've sort of bunched together. And it gives you a really pretty, and then she's got 3 leftover tulips. But just gives you a really nice, fun table centre to go on in the middle of the table, and a bit of height from some twiggery pokery. It's very, very simple. The tulips I've cut quite short, and they will grow. So, you know, there will be, by the time they're finished, they'll be this high. But so they'll grow out of the narcissi. Anyway, a little something for Granny, and it's 3:15. Let the bank holiday weekend begin. And of course, when I say bank holiday weekend, I mean, let the gardening begin. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.